Hey, what's up guys, how's it going on? Thank you so much for clicking the video. I'm Ayrus and welcome back to another Clash of Clans video, and today we're going to talk about the Archer Queen. We're going to talk about everything in general, the Archer Queen, what you need to understand, everything, pretty much the Royal Cloak ability and everything regarding the Archer Queen. So if you're a Town Hall 9 player who didn't get the chance to actually use the Archer Queen before this, and this is your first time, then this video will definitely help you go through the phase where you actually don't know much about the Archer task. So it's going to come in really handy for the Town Hall 9 dudes who actually don't know much about the Archer Queen. So I'm going to be explaining the most essential parts about the Archer Queen. So before I start over, make sure to subscribe to the channel for Clash of Clans, all Clash Royale content every single day. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy this video, and you can probably check out my Barbarian King or the Grand Warden guide as well. That'll be somewhere around the channel or maybe near the card section up in the top over there. So make sure you leave a like if you did enjoy, and let me just get right into the video. So yeah, the Archer Queen is pretty much the best hero out of the three, the Barbarian King, the Grand Warden, and the Archer Queen. The Archer Queen is definitely going to make it to the first place because she is definitely the best hero out of there because of her range, the pretty good range that actually does so much of damage. You can probably put in a tank and then put in the Archer Queen up from behind. You probably can see the Archer Queen actually doing a massive amount of damage, and that's really the thing that you actually want from a hero itself. The Barbarian King again is a tank, and the Eagle Artillery, not the Eagle Artillery, the Grand Warden is a supporting dude out in there. But then the Archer Queen is one troop, one hero that actually is going to do lots of damage, and that's exactly what the Archer Queen should be using for. So there are some cases where you actually can use the Archer Queen. The first one would be to actually use the Archer Queen with the troops. So put in the troops and then put in the Archer Queen along with them as well. The next option would be to put the Archer Queen at the end. As soon as you drop in all of your troops, just drop in the Archer Queen to do the cleaning job. Or the third option would be to drop in the Archer Queen up early and with some healers or something like that, and then maybe do the funnel right. So these are the three main things you can probably do from the Archer Queen. So the first one would be the funnel, then the next one would be to actually do the cleaning job, to put the Archer Queen at the end, and the third one would be to actually put it along with your troops. So the first option would be to funnel your troop, funnel with the help of the Archer Queen. So what does this mean? You actually put in the healer up from behind the Archer Queen, and she is actually going to take down the defenses you actually want. So if you want to take down maybe an air defense, where you probably most of them will be doing this itself. So if you want to take out an air defense, or maybe a mortar out of the base, then you probably will be using this kind of strategy, how to put in a healer up from behind the Archer Queen, and then the Archer Queen is definitely going to take down lots of those buildings outside and also those defenses, and help you set that the funnel, so that your troops can actually go in. So if you're doing maybe a strategy like the Bowler or the Valkyrie, they actually hate to go inside, and that is when you actually can use in the funnel strategy. Put in the Queen and the healers, and the Queen will actually do the cleaning job, take down all the defenses, and then maybe put in some wall breakers, and then probably put in the Bowler through, and make sure that all of the troops are actually going inside rather than going outside. The next option would be to drop your Archer Queen along with your troops. Now this is the best, I would say, because there are some situations where it goes best or maybe the best, but then as far as I'm concerned, I probably use it this way rather than the other two, because this actually helps the best out of the Archer Queen, because she is there along with some tanks up in front, and the tanks are actually taking in the damage while the Queen actually is doing some damage to the defenses, and that's helping a lot, because that's the main thing you actually want to consider. You put in a tank and then put in the Archer Queen, she's going to do the thing. So Archer Queen along with all your army is again a great chance, but then this comes in really handy when you know that there's a really strong troop which your troops, which your army cannot take in the clan castle. So say there is a balloon and you're actually attacking with bowlers. Now you know that your bowlers will not attack the balloon, and now is when your Queen will actually help you do that, because the Queen will actually take down the balloons and maybe avoid some damage. But then if you don't have the queen, you're just gonna see all your bowlers down within no time, because the balloons are definitely going to do a lot of damage. They're really going to do a lot of damage to your bowlers. Your bowlers are just going to go within no time, and that is when your answer queen is going to come in handy, when you actually want to put in to remove the clan castle troops. Well, the third option would be to actually use the Archer Queen at the cost of actually cleaning out the outside buildings at the end. Now, this is very popular with lava loon strategies, because the lava loons actually do the the clearing job of it. They actually take down most of the defenses. The lava hound and the balloon actually do a really great job of doing the clearing down all the defenses, and then you probably put in the Archer Queen along with your heroes to actually take down the town hall. Now, this option right here is not the best. It was, to be honest. It's very good against if you're actually using the hawk strategy as well, but then no one actually uses this one much as the other two options right in there, because this actually does not do really good. Rather, the Archer Queen with your kill squad, I mean the main troops, or maybe to do the first queen walk strategy, I mean doing in the funnel would be the best, but then cleaning will not be the best for your Archer Queen. So when it comes to the main thing is which of these three is the best when I'm actually using my strategy. So the first one, the funnel, you probably have to use the funnel if you have something that don't like to go inside. So the bowler, the Valkyrie, or the P.E.K.K.A. These are the troops that actually don't like to go inside. They actually like to go outside. They're actually made that way. They don't like to go in unless there is a funnel, and this is when you actually want to use the Archer Queen along with some healers to actually do the funnel right. You actually want to make sure that you're actually putting in the healer and then the queen, and then make sure that the queen is actually taking down some outside buildings and also those inside defenses, and then put in some wall breakers, and then put in all your bowlers or whatever main troop you're actually putting in. So this is gonna come in handy if you know that your troops are not gonna end up in the middle. But then if you have some strategy which actually like the hogs or something, you definitely don't need this to happen, because it's not gonna work again. The hogs all alone will go inside. There's no point in them actually needing for you to do a funnel. So when you actually have troops that don't want to go in the middle, that is when you actually want to use the queen to do the queen walk stuff. So the next option would be to actually use the queen along with your main troops. Now again, if you're using the bowler strategy or something like that, and if you know that you're actually having some strong troop in the clan castle, like maybe a dragon, where your bowlers will not be attacking. Now you do not need to misunderstand the thing that I'm actually saying in the first option and the second one. Now in the first case, if you actually have a path for your bowlers to go in, then you can probably you probably don't want to put in the queen with some healers. But then if the bowlers are nowhere going to go inside, then that is when you actually want to do the queen walk. But then there's another case where the bowlers would go inside, although you don't do the queen walk strategy and you're confident with that, but then you know that there's gonna be some deadly strong troop in the clan castle. Now this is when you actually want to use the Archer Queen along with your quill squad, because that is definitely gonna do a lot of damage, because the bowlers are not gonna do some great job all by themselves. They're gonna come across the clan castle troop, but then if you have the queen, she's definitely come in handy. The third option would be to actually use it at the end. Now this is gonna work if you're actually using the hawk strategy, or maybe the strategy like the lava loon, where you actually know that the troops all alone can take down most of the troops. I mean most of the defenses. You don't need the queen in there. The queen, so if you're actually doing an air attack, you don't want to put in the queen, because she is gonna go across all those cannons, and the cannons are gonna do some massive amount of damage, and that's what you don't want. You want to make sure that you're saving up your queen till the very end. Now maybe dropping it at the very first and take down some air defenses if you want to do that. But then when it comes to the cleaning thing, when you actually want to use the Archer Queen as your cleaning troop, then that is actually going to be when you actually want to put in some air troops, or maybe troops which actually are going to do the job all by themselves and they don't need the Archer Queen. So those are the three scenarios, and those come in different kind of scenarios. You cannot use them pretty much in every single thing, so it depends from situation to situation. You definitely need to understand that situation. Now the other cool thing that the Archer Queen has is a royal cloak, the queen's ability, which is super cool because she's gonna add some damage, some cool damage to her shots. She's gonna get more powerful with her shots, and she can probably take down that town hall if there's just a few hit points remaining, or maybe even half of the hit points remaining, because that's actually going to do a lot of damage. The other thing which she actually is going to do is make sure that she's going to set the target for the defense to other troops. So she's gonna get invisible, that's what I mean. So if you're actually using the Royal Cloak ability, you're getting the invisibility, and no troop can actually, no troop or defense can actually attack the Archer Queen. Now along with that, you actually are going to get the Archer Queen to spawn some archers, and that is really great because these archers again are going to act as a defense while the Queen is invisible. And also, the last thing which the Royal Cloak ability does is it heals the Archer Queen, not very much, but then just a few numbers. So these are the 4 things which the Royal Cloak ability is going to do, and that's really nice. Now, when to actually use the Royal Cloak is the real big question, and it depends. So if you actually are coming across an Inferno Tower, then you definitely want to actually be ready with that Royal Cloak ability, because if the Inferno gets into the extreme stage, which is actually going to be like super concentrated, then that is when you actually want to drop in the Royal Cloak ability maybe before that, because you just have maybe a few milliseconds to deal with that if the Inferno is logged on and it's concentrated for there. The single targeted Inferno Tower, and that's gonna do some lot of damage, and that's where you actually want to put in the Royal Cloak ability. Make sure that you're keeping your Queen pretty much there all alive. Now the main thing you do actually want to concentrate is that you actually want to keep the Archer Queen pretty much surviving there pretty much till the very end. So that's what you actually want to concentrate on. And again, if you know that there is a mortar that's going to do some aerial splash damage, you don't want to put in the Royal Cloak ability, because the mortar again is going to do aerial splash damage, and that is when you're actually dealing some damage to your Archer Queen as well. That's really bad. And the other main place to actually use the Royal Cloak is when you actually have a big obstacle that you want to get out of the way. So maybe it's a storage, or maybe it's something like the town hall, and that's when you actually want to put in the Royal Cloak. So the Royal Cloak is again really important, and it's really dangerous to not use the the Royal Cloak against defenses like the Tesla, or maybe the X-Bow, the single targeted Inferno Tower, or maybe the Eagle Artillery. So these are the defenses that you actually want to avoid, and if you're coming across these, you definitely want to put in the Royal Cloak ability in the right time when you know that it's doing a lot of damage. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure you leave a like if you did enjoy this video. If you didn't, then maybe you probably will be going in watching the other videos as well. They're really going to come in handy. I have the Barbarian King and the Grand Warden, so there are some other cool guys up in there. You can probably go out and check them out as well. So thank you so much for watching. I'm Ayrus, and I'll be seeing you next time on the land. Goodbye.